Welcome to the Real Maxi Pets channel.
Hello everyone! The world of animals is so diverse, and it never ceases to amaze us. Today we are going to tell you about probably the most amazing kind of animals, invertebrate animals. So make yourself comfortable with the whole family and enjoy our informative and exciting video. You will love it. So, the term invertebrates refers to animals that have not developed and preserved a vertebral column during evolution. Did you know this amazing fact that the vast majority, that's about 97% of all animals on Earth, are invertebrates? Wow! All right, with the term sorted out, now let's deal with the species of these animals. So, the best-known invertebrates include insects, arachnids, crustaceans, snails and mollusks, corals, octopuses, squid, arthropods and worms. Now let's take a look at the most interesting representatives of these animals. First of all, the Nautilus. It is a one-of-a-kind ancient pelagic marine mollusk that lives deep in the ocean. These amazing creatures can possess any number of tentacles, from 50 to over 90, depending on the sex and individual. Unlike other ocean dwellers, Nautilus to swim draws in and out water from the living chamber with its hyponomous, in simple words, internal pump, which uses jet propulsion, thus creating movement. The Nautilus also has the extremely rare ability to survive being lifted to the surface from its deep natural habitat without sustaining any visible damage. The Nautilus remains unharmed despite pressure changes of up to 80 standard atmospheres. That's amazing. The giant clam is the largest living bivalve mollusk. Like all mollusk species, the giant clam has a bivalve shell that acts as a sort of home for the animal. These giants can weigh more than 440 pounds and reach up to 47 inches across, and their average lifespan in the wild is more than 100 years. The giant clam lives in flat coral sand or broken coral and can be found as deep as 66 feet. Its range covers the Indo-Pacific region. The mantle tissues of this creature provide a habitat for algae, zooxanthellae, from which adult clams derive most of their nutrition. During the day, the clam opens its shell and spreads the mantle tissue to allow algae to receive the sunlight they need for photosynthesis. Please subscribe to the Real Maxi Pets channel. A snail is a gastropod mollusk with a shell. Snails also include slugs that do not have a shell but are similar in anatomical structure to their shell-bearing relatives. Snails are found in a wide variety of environments, including ditches, deserts, and marine abysses. Snails have a complex organ system that differs significantly from most animals. Snails and most other mollusks share three common anatomical features: the foot, the mantle, and the radula. The foot is a muscular organ used by gastropod mollusks for locomotion. The mantle is the organ that produces shells in most species of mollusks. In snails, the mantle secretes the shell along the shell opening, continuously growing and producing shells throughout the life of the snail. And the radula is an anatomical system consisting of a ribbon-like tongue that houses thousands of microscopic tooth-like structures. The radula works like a file, tearing food into small pieces. So most snails are herbivorous, eating plants or scraping algae off the surface with their radulae. Please leave a comment this video. Squid is a mollusk with an elongated soft body, large eyes, 8 arms and 2 tentacles. Like all other cephalopods, squid have a pronounced head, bilateral symmetry, and a mantle. Squid are predators and some of the most intelligent invertebrates. They have a special skill of skillful hunting. 2 long tentacles are used to grasp prey, and 8 arms are used to hold and control it. The beak then cuts the food into suitably sized pieces for swallowing. Squid are also fast swimmers, moving by jet propulsion, and mainly detect prey by sight. Their prey includes sharks, other fish, seabirds, seals, and cetaceans, especially sperm whales. The octopus, as well as the squid, belong to the cephalopods and has a similar anatomical structure. It is a soft-bodied, 8-legged mollusk with 2 eyes and a beak-shaped mouth, located at the central point of 8 limbs, with supersensitive suction cups. When swimming, they hold their 8 appendages behind their backs and use their siphon for both breathing and locomotion by ejecting a jet of water. Octopuses have a complex nervous system and excellent eyesight, and are among the most intelligent and behaviorally diverse invertebrates. Next, we're going to look at the crustaceans. And the first unusual representative of them is the goose barnacles, which are similar to mollusks but are the closest relatives of crabs and lobsters. These are filter-feeding crustaceans that live by attaching themselves to hard rock surfaces and rock fragments in the intertidal zone of the ocean. Crabs are the most expressive members of the decapod crustaceans, which number about 7,000 species. They live in all the oceans of the world, in fresh water and on land, are usually covered with a thick exoskeleton, and have 1 pair of claws on each arm. The crab breathes using gills located on the underside of its body. This ability of theirs allows them to excel both on land and in the water. Shrimp is also a crustacean and the closest relative of crabs. They are widespread and abundant. There are thousands of species adapted to a wide variety of habitats. Unlike crabs, shrimp have thin, fragile legs, which they use mainly for sitting. However, shrimp have more developed vision and more sensitive eyes. They play an important role in the food chain and are an important food source for large animals, from fish to whales. Then there are crayfish. They are also close relatives of shrimp and crabs, but they live in freshwater bodies, in rivers, lakes, and swamps. Most crayfish cannot tolerate polluted water and feed on dead plankton and plants, both living and decaying. Lobsters are similar to both shrimp, crabs, and crayfish. They have a long body with a muscular tail and live in crevices or burrows on the sea floor. 3 of their 5 pairs of legs have claws, including the first pair, which is usually much larger than the others. Please like this video. The horseshoe crab is perhaps the most unusual representative of invertebrates. Despite their name, they are not true crabs or even crustaceans. Rather, they are chelicerates. This makes them more closely resemble arachnids, such as spiders and scorpions. Wow! They live mainly in the sea, rarely in freshwater bodies. This animal got its name from its shape, which somewhat resembles a horseshoe, and is the only extant species of its kind. Corals are also marine invertebrates and are considered animals. They usually form compact colonies and have many tentacles surrounding a central mouth opening. Some corals are able to catch plankton and small fish with their tentacles. However, most corals feed on photosynthetic microorganisms that live on their surface and give them beautiful bright colors. Next, let's consider the arachnids. First of all, they include spiders. Spiders are air-breathing arthropods with 8 limbs, chelicerae with fangs capable of injecting venom, and spinners that extrude silk to weave spider webs. The web serves a number of functions, primarily for hunting prey and as shelter. Spiders are found worldwide on all continents except Antarctica. Scorpions as arachnids are also predatory. They also have 8 legs and are easily recognized by a pair of grasping claws and a narrow segmented tail ending in a stinger. Scorpions feed mainly on insects and other invertebrates, but some species even prey on vertebrates. Please subscribe to our channel. Insects are the most diverse group of invertebrates. They are also considered the most numerous group of all animals on Earth, with over 1 million described species. Overall, they make up more than half of all animal species in the wild. Insects play a key role in maintaining ecosystems by acting as pollinators of plants, decomposers of organic matter, and food sources for other animals. Finally, millipedes and worms are also invertebrates. These animals are characterized by a cylindrical or flattened, elongated body. Worms can reach up to 190 feet in length, and some species of millipedes can have up to 1,300 legs. Thus, all these invertebrate animals are so amazing and diverse. We have tried to tell you about them in the most interesting and exciting way today. We hope you enjoyed it. We wish you well and all the best. See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Real Maxi Pets channel. Like and share.